guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another podcast. It's been less than a week than the last one, but I thought I'd get back into my little routine of beginning of the week. I didn't film one yesterday. Ian had the day off yesterday, so I dyed lots of yarn, which will be going up in a shop update, and Ian finished, well, sort of finished putting the TV back together, like the back of the unit, sorting the wires out and everything like that basically. If you have been watching my channel, you would have seen that I decided for the rest of this month that I'm just going to do sort of sporadically video me doing a little update. So they're not going to be proper podcasts, but they're just going to be a sit down vlog basically, because I don't want to burn myself out before Vlogmas. If you can hear the washing machine, I apologise. I always do this and film when the washing machine is on, but hey ho, I need clean clothes. So this is podcast number 13, and it is the 17th of November. Wow, where has this year gone? I've seen so many posts on the internet saying that 2020 is the longest Monday ever, which it does actually feel like that, but yet again it's gone so quick. I really don't know where this year has gone. It's just a bit crazy, and it feels like it was only like a month or 2 months ago that me and Ian was deciding whether we was going to go on holiday or not, because our holiday hadn't been cancelled and we wasn't sure whether we was going to go, and then it got cancelled anyway. But I do remember us umming and ahhing about it, and then we decided we're not going to go no matter what, and then it got cancelled and so on and so forth. I'm really hot. It is only 9:30 in the morning. I have actually got some more yarn into soak today. So yesterday I didn't start dyeing until quite late in the day, but when I have dye days, like when I dye yarn, I do want to start early in the morning and just have like a couple of hours of doing it, where yesterday I actually dyed up 11 skeins. One of those skeins are going to be for me. I'll explain a little bit later on, but I dyed 11, so there will be 10 going into the update. And if you missed out on the Christmas yarn, which is the Mistletoe Kisses and Hot Berry, then I have got 5 more skeins going into the shop update, because I had a few people messaging me saying, oh, I missed out, I was too late. So I have wrote down my recipe for that, and I have dyed it up again. Might be slightly different, but it's like anything, no matter what you dye, it's going to be slightly different anyway. And the Hot Berry is going to be slightly different, because I didn't actually write anything down from before. I sort of remembered it in my head, but this time I've actually wrote everything down. I sort of knew what my dye formulas were, and I had some of the green already left and some of the red, so I just added what I did before to it to make it more, to dye more, blah blah blah. So yeah, I have started writing recipes down and things like that, so I know that I can repeat colourways, and if that's something that you want to see, instead of me just doing random ones every week. The blue Beauty that was in the shop last week went instantly, like straight away, so if that's something you want to see again, then I will dye that up again, because I do remember how I did that as well. Anyway, so that's enough about that. I'm just going to talk about the Etsy now, because I haven't really got much to say. I haven't got the yarn to show because it's still drying. I will do a little update. Hopefully tomorrow the yarn will be dry. I have got it on my clothes horse in the hallway at the moment by the heater, so hopefully that will be dry at some point today, so I can do an update and show you what is going in the shop. Anyway, you can find me, I haven't even done that yet. You can find me here. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram, on Ravelry, on Etsy, and wherever them links are, I can't remember now. We do have a Ravelry group. Oh, that was my bag. We do have a Ravelry group for this podcast, and we have got a little craft along, so it's use your stash. I don't believe anyone has posted a finished object yet, so if you have finished a finished object and you've used your stash, then please post a finished object. In that there will be a prize winner pulled from that, and that will close on the 31st of December. I have actually got 2 finished objects that could go in, well, I've got 1 already finished object that could go into that, and I have 2 more finished objects that could go into that, but I'm not pulling prizes for myself, so I want you to join in so you can win something, because that is all the fun, is it not? So yeah, I have that. I also have an Ask Me Anything thread, so if you've got any questions or anything, then I will answer them on here. I did just check, and there was no new questions. And then I have an Introduce Yourself, so go and introduce yourself. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let me go straight in to finished objects. Now, the first finished object is not been washed, but I have put it on the blocking, the sock blockers. So these are finished object number 1, and these are gift socks, so these will be a Christmas present. I'm not going to say who they're for, I'm just going to say they're Christmas. I don't know whether the people that watch, I don't know whether the people that I make for watch my channel, so just in case. So yeah, these are socks. This yarn is Head Over Heels, no, Heart and Soul. Heart and Soul, I always get that wrong. And there is no colour name, it's just a number. I can't remember what that number is, but it would have been in my last podcast, I think. So I did try to get them to match. For some reason, the toes just did not match. There's a bit more white in this one than there is this one, but never mind. They match near enough, well enough that I can say that they're good enough. So I'm pleased with these, and I'm gonna wash them and block them. I did buy a salad spinner a little while ago to spin out the yarn that I was dyeing for myself. Basically, it was long before I was going to put stuff on Etsy, but I think it's given up the ghost already. I've used it quite a bit, but yeah, the cogs keep skipping and things, and I just don't have room for a spin dryer. So sorry, it's my first coffee of the day, so it's a little bit difficult for me to get the yarn and bits and pieces dry really quickly. I think these will be okay because they won't be so wet, if that makes sense. I'll be able to wring a lot of the water out. But yeah, so this is my first finished object, and I'm really pleased with those. My second finished object, which I am even more excited about, is this. Now, you're probably not going to be able to tell me holding it up what it is, but these are my Ripple Butt shorts. Oh my god. Oh, they are fabulous. They are absolutely fabulous. I have just put a drawstring, and I need to trim the ends of that, but everything else is done. They're weaved in. They fit me perfectly. I say perfectly. I wasn't going to put the drawstring in, but I needed it because the actual waist is a little bit loose on me. The rest of it is fine, obviously, because it is rib, so it's sort of, yeah, if that makes sense. I did the legs a little bit longer. Well, I say the legs, look at that. I did the legs a tiny little bit longer than the pattern. I did a 10 extra rows, 10 extra rows in the body, which I didn't actually need because they come up quite high. If I feel brave enough, and if I think the pictures come out okay, I will add a little bit of footage or some pictures of me wearing them, but we shall see. You will see that in a minute if I do that. So I hope that you're ready to see the shorts. I've decided just to do it just to get it in the podcast. So these are the finished shorts. Excuse the mess everywhere if you can see it, but like they come up really high, and I did do 10 rows extra, so I probably didn't need 10 rows. I have put this in, let me just undo it to show you, as the top is quite big, but I'm really pleased with them. The length is really good, and I don't think I would need to do them any shorter or any longer really, unless I wanted them for sort of as a winter little set. But I'm going to put the top on as well to show you, just to show you the actual set together. So this is the set together. Like I say, they do actually meet. I'm hoping that in the summer, if we do manage to get on holiday next year, I'll have a bit of a browner belly. But I'm really pleased. Excuse the bra, obviously I've got that on, but I'm really happy with it, and I think it's a really nice little set to go together, for wearing in the summer, just lounging around. You never know, I might even knit another set, because I did enjoy knitting them a lot, and I really like them. Now I'm really rambling, so I apologise. So yeah, this is the finished object. I will now let you watch the rest of the podcast. So but oh, I love them. They are so nice, and they were so easy to knit. I was a bit worried about knitting these actually, but I wanted them so badly to actually go with this top that I made. So they do match, the yarn is exactly the same, and I've made them to wear as a little pyjama set. And this is the My Secret Little Crop by Jessie May Designs. I will link all the patterns down below, but this is just a little crop top. Now when I've got both of these on together, they do actually meet, so that is quite nice. And the main reasoning on making this set was for the summer, not for now, it's for the summer, and maybe a little set that I can take away with me. So if we do have a day where we are in the hotel room, not really doing much, and normally the hotel we go to we've got like a little outside area that, well, it's like a little front patio area with a table, chairs and little umbrella and all that, and that's where I normally sit if we have sort of a stay at the hotel day and just chill. And I can wear something like this. I say it's pyjama set, but it's more like a lounging type set. But like I said, if I'm brave enough, you would see a little bit of footage of me wearing this and this together maybe. We shall see. You all know I'm quite a big girl, so yeah, I'm not ashamed of my body, but I don't know whether you want to see that. But this pattern was just so good. On the legs I also did the Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy Bind Off. Is that what it is? Where you yarn over before every stitch, if that makes sense. That's what it looks like. So it's proper stretchy, and I just love them. They're just so what I wanted, and I was tempted just to start another pair straight away, and I was like, no, I've got other things that I need to be doing. But you never know. If I do like these that much, then I might make another pair in like a dark yarn, and I can always extend the legs to make them longer, and so they're like more of a longer short. But yeah, they do remind me a little bit of, I want to say in the olden days, but that might sound really rude, where you used to get like undergarments, I think because of the rib, when they're on, I don't know if that makes sense, like old-fashioned knitted bloomers or whatever you call them, but I love them anyway. That is my finished Ripple Butt shorts, and that is all my finished objects. My whips at the moment are, let me just make sure this bag doesn't fall, is the socks that I showed you last time. These ones, I haven't really got much progress on these, to be honest. I've done a little bit of the stocking stitch. I had the rib done the last time. Well, I had some of the rib done, but these are just my sort of editing socks and computer work socks. So if I'm waiting for anything on the computer, then I will just work from work on these. I still have this little ball that was part of it. So yeah, I'm just working on those as and when. So this sort of bag lives on my desk, and just, they're another pair of gift socks basically. I haven't really got much else to say about those. They're just going to be vanilla socks and nothing really that special. So if you have purchased from me one of the sock sets with the hot berry, this is a hot berry mini that I balled up. So this is I think this worked out at a 22 gram, just because the actual hank that I had weighed more than 100 gram by a couple of grams, and for some reason, I don't know, but I have cast on for my Christmas socks. So this is what it is, what it looks like. It's very multi-tonal, which I quite like actually. So I don't think the hot berry that I have dyed up this time is as multi-tonal, but we'll have to wait and see. Obviously it's still drying at the moment, so I'm not 100% sure. And the yarn that I will be knitting is this by Rosie's Moments. I think it's Hollyberry. It was a yarn that I got from Wolfram Abbey Wool Show. Whoops, whoops. Oh, it's on the floor now. That was clever. Oh. Hollyberry, yes. And it is superwash merino, so and nylon. And I'm really looking forward to getting these cast on. I'm just going to put this in the bag because I'm going to work from the middle anyway. Can I put it around the edge? I don't like misplacing the ball bands until I've finished the socks, and then I normally just chuck them somewhere and then never to be found again. But they are my Christmas socks. These are my December socks. We have a sock along, or sock year of my sock 2020 on Instagram if you're knitting socks. I've seen a few people put some posts up, so yay, everyone's knitting socks. That's just living in that little bag. I need to open a window, it's so hot. Okay, then the next whip is living in this bag. I just want to make sure there's no other whips. No, there isn't. Let me put this one back. My table's getting a bit full up. So my next whip, I am using this lovely cake from Aldi. It's a hat cake. That's what I'm calling it. And I have started knitting a little hat. So I'm going to do 2 matching hats for Mikey and Ollie for Christmas. I could obviously say who they're for because they don't watch my channel and they will not understand. But this is, I'm just doing a pattern. To be honest, I don't even know where I got it from. I think it might have even been from Pinterest. It's on my phone, I've screenshotted it. If I can find a link, I will, but it's a hat pattern for DK yarn, all the way from newborn to adult, and it is a really, really simple rib, 2x2 rib and stockinette hat with decreases and a pom-pom. Really simple. You could probably just follow any pattern, to be honest, but I did print it and it's over there. But it is literally really, really basic. The only thing I'm doing different is I'm doing a double brim, double double rib because I prefer that in a hat, and I prefer that it's like double thickness here, so you can just fold it up. So it does call for 8 rows. I'm going to do 16 rounds, so then it can be folded up and just look a bit nicer. I'm using my Denise needles, which the last couple of times I've used these needles, I've found that the cable is a bit sticky. But to be honest, with this yarn, it's really nice. I don't have to manipulate my stitches around or anything. It's actually working quite nice. So I don't know if it was the yarn that I was using that was sticking. I can't remember what I was knitting now, but yeah, I'm happy with that. It might have been this top. I can't remember. But anyway, I have 2 balls of this. So I have another one here with a ball band on it still, and it's called the Pom Pom Hat yarn in Turquoise Lagoon. It's 85 gram cake, and normally, let me just explain, normally I would not pay £3 for an 85 gram ball of yarn. I know it has a pom-pom, but I was in Aldi and I was like, well, they'd make really good Christmas presents, and I might be able to get a hat and a little pair of mittens or something out of the one cake, and that would make a really good present for £3. And it will give me something to do with my hands as I enjoy knitting, so it will give me pleasure too. So yeah, I just thought for £3 I would be able to get a little set hopefully out of it, because it does do a adult size hat. And if you watch Simply in Stitches, who is Tina on YouTube, her channel is Simply in Stitches, she's actually done a little review on this yarn in the pink yarn. She's made a adult size hat and she has loads left over, so I'm hoping that I will have some. So that is all my current active whips. I just want to also say about what I've decided to do for Advent. So I was really sad that I didn't have an Advent calendar. Well, I haven't got an Advent calendar, and I was looking for yarny Advent calendars, and nothing really tickled my fancy, and there was a lot of 12-day calendars, 10 grams and bits and pieces, so I thought I would do my own. So I don't know whether I said last time that I was going to use all the yarn that I've used for my socks throughout the year of my sock, and do a pair of socks, so stripe them. I think I explained this last time. So I'll stripe them in all the different colours. Now I was watching, who was I watching? I think I was watching Tina again, and it just clicked in my head, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy her basically. So if you watch Amy Florence on YouTube, she has the Stranded podcast and Stranded Yarn company, Hand Dyes Yarn. I've been watching her from like right at the beginning. I really enjoy her videos and that. She did a cowl called the Litmus cowl. I will put the pattern down below. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, because she said she did it free because it was so simple, really easy, that anyone could do it. So I've had a look at the pattern. It does look really easy, and she used 24 5-gram minis to do her contrast colours, and then 1 skein of grey. And I was thinking, well, I could do 10-gram minis, that would take it to 12. Then I could do or dye up a grey to go with that, and I wanted a really light grey, which I have managed to do. This was yesterday, and I have balled up my 12 yarn year of my sock 2020 yarns. other than my short and sweet socks, which were purple, I do not have enough to do a 10 gram mini. I only had 5 grams left. So I have substituted it with this yarn that I actually crocheted into my Hotel of B shawl, which is beautiful, love it. So I've substituted one yarn for this. Now that 5 gram should give me enough to do a stripe on my socks. So I'm still going to do my socks of all my Advent yarn and do self striping, or not self striping but striped socks, and I've decided to do 10 rounds in each colour. I will probably do them concurrently, so I knit one colour, another colour, one colour, another colour, blah blah blah, just so that I know I have got enough, instead of doing one whole sock and then realising I haven't got enough. So yeah, that is my plan. That will probably be done once my Christmas socks are done, because then it will wrap up the year and I will have a pair of socks that will show off all the yarns that I've used throughout the year, and a cowl to go with it. So what I'm going to do is, on the litmus cowl, Amy just knit the whole 5 grams, worked out how many rows that gave her. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do 10 grams instead, so my rows are going to be slightly thicker. And then I've got my grey yarn that I will do sort of, I don't know, probably not so many rows, if that makes sense. So if I get 20 rows out of this yarn, then I'll probably do 15 rows of the grey or something, I don't know, I'll work it out. But I have got a little self-fill advent calendar, but I'm not sure whether these are going to fit. So we'll have to wait and see. But if not, then what I'll do is I will just put them in a little bag, or just put them on the side somewhere, or leave them in here, and then every day just pick out, or every other day just pick out my yarn, start knitting on that colour, and then on the alternate day, so day 1 will be this, day 2 will be I will knit the grey, day 3 will be the second yarn, day 4 will be I will knit the grey, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, and if it's something that you want to do as well, then leave a comment down below. Maybe we can have a little knit along or something, so we can all share what colours we're going to do and that. But I will leave a pattern down below. If I remember, I'll leave a picture as well of like Amy's picture of what it looks like. It's really, really nice. I'm really, really pleased with what I've decided to do. So yeah, but that is my little podcast for today. I don't really have anything else to say, because I only saw you a couple of days ago. Yeah, I haven't got anything else because I've spoke about everything else. But please remember, if you are part of Ravelry and you do go on the groups tab and the community tab and everything like that, then come and say hello in my Ravelry group. Ask me any questions. Also, there is one other thing. People are asking me quite a lot about how I knit my socks and whether I would do a tutorial. Number one, I have already got a tutorial, can't say that word, tutorial on my channel on how I knit socks 2 at a time magic loop. I will link those down below as well. The only difference that I do now is I don't really do 2 at a time. So if you don't want to do 2 at a time, just disregard putting the socks, both socks on one needle, basically. Just keep them on separate needles. I did actually watch this series back. I think there's 3 videos. So I've done how to cast on, I did the leg, or the cuff, and then the something like that. I think there's 3 videos, 2 or 3, can't remember, but I will leave them linked down below, because a lot of people have asked me how I knit my socks, and nothing's really changed. And if I did do magic loop 2 at a time, that's exactly how I would do it. Nothing really has changed from that. So I was going to do a new video on how I do them now, but like I said, not much has changed, and I might do one in the new year, just because at the moment I've just got so much going on with different things that I want to knit for Christmas and bits and pieces. I don't think I'm going to have time to sit down and properly do one, because I would like to do it in just one yarn, so it's easier for people to follow, instead of doing contrast this and adding yarn and bits and pieces if you've never knitted socks before. But yeah, so that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you to everyone that placed an order on Friday for their yarn. That all went out yesterday, so you should be receiving that soon. And that's pretty much it for today. So thank you so much. I will give you a short video of an update of the yarn that I've done in the next couple of days, that will be going up on Friday. I know I said I was going to do it every 2-3 weeks, but I thought I'd get the Christmas yarn up back in the shop for the people that missed it, and dye up some little extras as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.